Good afternoon, friends. In another shocking incident in Melbourne, Australia, another Hindu temple has been vandalized by pro-Khalistani graffiti written on the walls. This is the third temple that has been vandalized. Prior to this, on 12th of January, BAPS Swaminarayan Temple in Mills Park, and on 16th January, the Shri Shiva Vishnu Temple in Down was vandalized with very similar graffiti. We are joined live from ISKCON Temple, Albert Park. Our founder and editor in chief, Jitarth Bharadwaj. Jitarth, what's the update?
See, Amit, I can just show you right behind me is the graffiti saying Khalistan Jindabad, Hindustan Murdabad, and Bhindranwale is martyr. So you can understand the kind of distress this Hindu temple community is going through right now. And with us is priest Arjun from the temple, who was here second to come. And let's ask him this story, what unfolded this morning here at ISKCON Temple. Arjun, what can you tell us? What happened when you arrived here around 4 o'clock?
So I was informed when I was inside the temple by one of the priests who came earlier to me, almost quarter to four.
Quarter to four.
Yes, and he entered and he was shocked seeing these graffiti on the wall, and he was scared to his core because he thought something must be inside because he's coming from western suburb to do his priestly activities. But when he just got some courage, moved inside. Inside was safe at least that time, and then when I came, I was shown the photos that this horrific message is on the wall. So that was very heartbreaking. All the visitors who come for our morning aarti, they were.
And what time is that?
That's 4:30 a.m. So we get good visitors at 4:30 a.m. So people were very disheartened because it's a place of worship and people come here for a peaceful day out. And the last thing you want from a place of worship is politics, and that too a dirty one. So
and Hindu hate slogans written right there.
Yes. So people were not happy because the day began with such a I would say a very horrible message, and our community really got scared because people don't feel safe when something like this happens. So yeah, that's how the day started basically for us in the morning.
So what did you do after that? Did you inform the authorities, and how did it go?
So I personally called the police. The whole process I followed, which takes so much time to just report things. And then I was assured, initially I was told within 24 hours someone will come and see us. Then another officer called me around 12 noon that he's going to assess the situation personally. He'll check the cameras around the place and see what exactly can be done. And then some officer will be coming and seeing me soon. So far, no one has come, but we are hoping someone will come soon.
So no Victoria police officer has attended the temple premises as yet?
Yes, physically they haven't come, but over the phone they have spoken to me a couple of times so far. Yes.
So Amit, you can understand how Victoria police is treating. They have talked to priest Arjun a couple of times. However, no officer has turned up here at this premises. Have they collected the CCTV footage from you, Arjun?
Unfortunately, we don't have cameras right outside our property. So I'm hoping that they'll basically try and ask the neighbors if something can be done because it happened on very early morning hours of the day and residents are living here. So there is very limited movement of the traffic. So if they go through some CCTV footages, they may find some good traces.
And if I could ask you, how is the devotees taking this vandalism at temple?
It came with a great shock because the last thing when going to a temple you expect is pain, a horrible message. So people were very disturbed. I got tons of messages since morning, people showing concerns, the community showing concerns. We have many local Australians also visiting us. They were surprised that how can such a peaceful place be vandalized or vilification happens in this degree, what we see behind us.
So can you tell me, has any of Australian or Victorian politician from any government authority has reached out to you or temple authorities?
Yes, we spoke to Josh Bunn, our local representative here. He's very supportive. His team is very supportive. So they are also expediting the process. They're really trying to help us out. So hopefully something comes up soon and such incidents stop for good.
If I could ask you, what does temple want now as a priest who comes here early morning? Are you scared? Are you? What are the feelings?
See, safety is the first concern of anybody, and I think it's their right. Everyone wants to feel safe, and especially when early mornings people are coming, very few people are there to even seek support from. The priest I'm talking to you about, who came 3:50, 3:45 a.m., he was so scared that what if something is inside? And so yes, as said before, we need safety, we need quick response, we need quick action from the authorities to resolve this issue.
See, Amit, what Arjun is telling us is they need quick response. However, right now, what I can see is lackluster response from at least authorities, Victoria Police authorities. We are still waiting somebody to turn up here. Amit?
Jitarth, one of the key issues has been, are the Victorian authorities, especially the police, treating these as hate crime or just normal everyday graffiti written on the walls that we see near the metro stations or, abandoned buildings. Is there any update on that? And how serious are Victorian authorities about this?
See, the statement which we received a few minutes back from Victoria Police, it has a kind of a tone that, yes, it is a hate message written on the walls of the temple. However, let me ask the victim, the temple priest, how do you see this? Is that a hate crime? Is that something which you see a vilification?
Definitely, it's a clear-cut religious vilification. Means what else do you call it as if it's not hate crime? Means how clear the message can be, and I'm sure that Victoria Police is seeing it in those lights, especially when we had a very clear communication that don't treat it as just some graffiti design, and they were very assuring. So hopefully something happens soon.
So, hopefully something happens soon. Amit, that's the tone I suppose we are believing on.
Jitarth, can you please show us the graffiti once again?
Yes, certainly. Let me go back there. See, it's right there. It says Khalistan Jindabad. How clear you can be about their motives. What does it mean when they say Khalistan Jindabad? There is another one, Hindustan Murdabad. If I could translate that for you, Amit, it means clearly death to Hindu place. There is the third one, which is Bhindranwale murder. So they are trying to call that terrorist Bhindranwale a martyr. So they are trying to legitimize him as a martyr, which should be unacceptable in any civil society. Yeah, I don't know if it is allowed in Australia to call Osama bin Laden as a martyr, if it is allowed to say that person, idiot, who is a criminal who shot so many people in a mosque in New Zealand, is it allowed to put his pictures to glorify him? If that is not allowed, then how can we allow a person who has killed more than 20,000 Hindus and Sikhs in Punjab, Indian Punjab, and glorify him and call him a martyr? I don't know. There can be no bigger irony than this. Amit?
Now, Jitarth, one of the key questions here also is that Hare Krishna Temple, as I know, is well-known center for Bhakti Yoga movement. It has been a very peaceful, very respectful, respectable community of the Hare Krishna followers. Do you think, can Arjun tell us that are they receiving any calls from, community members who support them? Are they worried about these incidents? Do they fear for their safety or security?
Uh, how do you respond to this question, Arjun? Is the community at large who comes and supports Hare Krishna Temple, uh, will they be scared to come in? Will they be worried, or will you be seeing a downfall in your attendance here?
As I said before, just in the morning hours, I got tons of messages showing concerns from the community members itself that what exactly is happening. Initially, the messages are in a tone that they're trying to inform me that, oh, come on, did you notice this happened? But then later it turns into concern. So we are concerned about our community's security, our own security, definitely, because we are resident monks here. So, and definitely, if these security measures are not taken, you will naturally see a downfall in the visitors, and which we really don't want. We want people to come, have a very happy, peaceful, spiritual experience when they come to our temples. Any temple they go, we want to give them best of the experiences. So, and the last thing we want is people are disturbed and scared to go to a place where they want to go and unload their worries. They should not be worried when they come to a temple.
I think the message is very loud and clear that something should be done to reassure the deity community that they come here to unleash their burdens and feel that religious spirituality which Hare Krishna Temple is known for. Amit?
Jitarth, were you able to check around the place that are there other walls which have been vandalized, or is there any point of entry that kind of can be used later on to terrorize the priest and other people who live inside? Because these play they whoever is writing graffitis on these walls must have done a recce of the place. They must have passed around, and it's a very posh suburb. Albert Park, as I know, is a you can actually see the CCTVs outside. So are the police who are investigating collecting CCTV footage as well?
I'm not sure when will they collect the CCTV footage, because they haven't turned up here. So first they have to come here and knock the doors around the neighborhood to ask them if they could provide the CCTV footage. That's the first step, I suppose, any police will do. But yet this is not as important for them to be here. They are just talking over the phones. So I have worked through the neighborhood. There is no other graffiti on any other wall of any house. It's a targeted attack on Hindu place of worship right here. And I don't know what it will take for authorities to wake up and do something and catch the culprit. It's been 2 weeks since, within 2 weeks, this is the third Hindu temple which has been attacked by hate messages towards Hindu community. Ahmed?
Now, Jitarth and Arjun, as we know, Bhakta Das, who's the director of communication for ISKCON Temple here in Melbourne, has already told the Australia Today that the whole community is shocked, outraged by this blatant disregard and disrespect for their place of worship. But Bhakta Das is also in the committee for the Victorian, multicultural or interfaith committee. So, are these people talking to each other? Are Hindu temples now talking to each other? Because we have not seen any other place of worship being vandalized at this stage. So the targeted hate is towards the Hindu temples. So are the interfaith leaders talking to each other?
Definitely. See, I can tell you that Mr. Bhakta Das is the chairperson of Victorian Multi-Faith Council. So it can't go bigger and better than this. And still, the Victorian government has not responded. Victorian police has not attended this place. Is kind of shameful, if I could say that. I don't know. There is a lot of meetings going on behind the scenes, but what people want to see is action, and that action is actually missing from authorities. Amit?
Anything that Arjun would like to add and request to the authorities or Victorian Premier? I think we are in touch with Victorian Premier and we are waiting for a statement from his office, which is taking considerable time given that two temples have already been attacked. So a statement should not take this much time, but I think he's seriously thinking about it. Maybe his team is seriously thinking about it. Arjun, would you like to use our channel medium to request to the authorities?
Arjun, what will be your message to the bhaktas who come here, and how would you urge the authorities? What would you say to them?
Yes, to the authorities, I would say when people's emotions are connected, when people's faith are connected, it's paramount that urgent, quick actions are taken, so people feel very safe. They feel that okay, there is someone whom they can look up to, who will provide them safety and security. And to our community, we want to assure them that there's nothing to fear uh, as long as the authorities are with us, which we are really hoping that they'll give us all the necessary support. And I want to give a very clear message uh, to whoever has done this through your channel, because I hope they'll watch it, that please keep the places of worship away from politics. People really want to unwind their miserable lives, and that's why they come to these places of worship. Let people be happy. Happiness is something which is really missing in society. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
That's it from me, Amit.
Thank you, Arjun. Thank you, Jitarth. And we will keep our audiences updated about this news. I think this has considerable interest in the Indian government, who have already written to the Australian authorities. And as things proceed, as we get messages from the local MPs, community leaders, ISKCON, and especially the Victorian government, we will keep our audiences updated. Thank you very much.